Yeah.
I've just got no idea what the fuck. How do you make?
Well, that's where I come in.
sunglasses?
You got to think of all the things that you love. Like, what colours and styles define you as a person?
Yeah, that's a very. Where the fuck do you start?
If you were a colour, what colour would you be?
Yeah.
Start with the deep questions, right?
What pattern would you be?
Yeah.
Would you be spherical? Would you be a little bit more
Oh,
angled?
don't do this.
Would there be a lot
I
of
have a
size
question,
to you?
because Johnny asked this the other day. If you were an animal, what would you be? Johnny would be a wombat.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's good.
Oh, thank you. I guess. Is
What
it
would
because
you
I'm robust and strong?
I think it's the beard.
Okay.
It is actually, you know what, it's your head. Your head is a bit
you've got
wombat.
Is it
wombatish
wombatty?
face.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
That's definitely how we mean it.
I don't know what I'd be.
Think about it, get back to us.
Yeah, I'll get back to
I
you.
We're
would
texting a week.
think that you would be. I would say you're a dolphin. You
I-
know what?
Yeah.
You're intelligent.
I have a really big nose. Thanks, man. Thanks for saying it.
You're
Yeah.
quite agile. You're
Sweet
agile in the
lover.
water, and you're not mean like a shark. But when you need to be ferocious, you can be.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, surely that's be like an orca
And-
would be more accurate there.
Oh, yeah, and
Orca.
then I can eat a shark if I have to. I'll take that.
saying.
All right.
Free Willy, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
I don't know. Are we filming this already?
Yeah. Of course.
Of course we are, yeah.
Sadly, we
No,
take
no,
that
we're good.
straight
I was
away.
like, you better have been getting this. That's the thing. It's not out of shame. It's out of me going, this is some wasted content otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us once again. We're stoked to have you back. Stoked to have you guys fucking headlining Knotfest. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, you are headliners, because Slipknot's here. They're obviously, it's their festival, of course they're playing.
Yeah.
You're the main draw card.
Come
If
on,
you
headliner,
think
buddy.
about
Fuck off. Dude, you guys are making the most outrageous fucking claims
No
right
one's
now.
here for
We're,
Slipknot.
No
we're,
one-
try- we're
no
trying
one-
to trip you up so everyone's going,
Oh, man.
he said it! I knew he was arrogant!
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. And no, you know what? It's straight up untruths because Slipknot are fuck. Like, dude, yeah.
It must be like
Respect.
a big thing though, like obviously...
It's a fucking massive thing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a fucking massive thing. This is a massive, like when this shit came through, it's nuts. It's really nuts. And
It's well deserved. I know
Cheers,
you
man,
don't
like-
want to blow smoke too much, but it's
Nah.
well deserved. Like,
yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I'll fucking own it. Like
Yeah.
I'll say
Hell yeah.
we've worked our asses off.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But at the same point in time, it's really interesting. We played last night, so first night of Knotfest, Melbourne, and it's very rare that I'm just straight up floored by a
Yeah.
show. Like, I spent the whole time knowing what the show was going to be, and at the same point in time, like, just going, the fuck is going on? This is like, I never thought I'd see this in this country.
that's it.
I've never thought I'd feel this in this country.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
such an escalation of the vibe being thrown back at us. Like I know that Parkway's always been there's a hometown pride, there's a hometown
Yeah.
heroes thing to who we are as a band, which is, it's always hit home. But the scale of it last night was nuts because like we are playing Slipknot Festival,
Yeah.
which is huge, and we have so much fucking gratitude for it, and that's so amazing. But at the same point in time, like, it very easily could be like, I don't know, like there'd be a whole bunch of people that have never even heard of Parkway, because I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, damn, this whole run of festivals is sold out.
Yeah.
I've never seen this many like heavy music people in one place at one time in this country, full stop. Like, it's not like there's
Yeah.
an inroad of like, there's a bit of pop punk, or like there's something, it's a bit of alternative or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, this is hard from top to bottom.
Yeah.
This is like
And it
what
must-
would scare people away.
Yeah, but like it must be great. Like you guys have like done the biggest festivals in Europe, and
Yeah.
America, and all that sort of stuff. But it must give you a sense of pride to get back out on stage in Australia, where
Yeah.
heavy music has always been the underdog, and
Yeah.
just be like, oh no, like heavy fans are here to fuck shit up.
It was not just that. Like, that part of things, I was like, this is going to be wild. But coming out and having the entire place be on our side, and not just like on our side, but it was just like, it felt like what I gave and what we gave was thrown back 100-fold from every person.
Yeah, that's
And it was that kind of energy, especially like in Australia. Like, it was just something like there hasn't been anything at that level that I have to compare it to in this country yet, which is so, it's just so cool. It's just so cool. Like,
Do you think any of that comes into, like, obviously you guys had to cancel, like, your Australia. So there's been, you did the 9-day fest.
Yeah, and that was the last time we played.
But that's the last you played. Do you think it comes down to that so many people being like, it's been a long time since they've fully been able to come and see you guys?
Maybe, but the thing with it as well is like, had all those people ever seen Parkway? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think if you go by the thing, that was the thing for me. It was like, I'd never seen the numbers. Like, I'm like, if you added up all the numbers of like a Parkway headlining tour, I don't think it would equate to like the 100,000 tickets that have been sold to this festival.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm like, where are they coming from? There's got to be a lot of newbies here, which is awesome. And if they're new,
absolutely.
it could be that thing where you're like, maybe they just actively don't like Parkway if they've never heard of us. It could
They just stand there quietly.
That's like you end up in that zone where you're like, there's more people here than we've ever played to in this country. Man, wonder what it's going to be. And to have it be like that, I was just like, dude, it was something.
Is there any apprehension about second night? Like first night, Melbourne's known.
Oh
to be
no, that's the
people.
first pancake.
Great.
Like it only gets better for me. That's the thing. No,
That's the
I
best
know.
analogy I've ever heard. Because the first pancake is always shit.
Yeah, it always
always
is.
shit.
It always is. Like that. It's the one where like the nerves are
It
in there.
still tastes good, just doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's sometimes a bit crispy and a bit oily, and the consistency isn't just right.
Yeah.
And you have to put a bit
like
too
Johnny
much.
and I. First pancake. That's
Yeah.
Second generation. And then we got McGee, who's just delicious over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, I said we need to have him in front of the camera more. He's the best looking person out of the
Yeah,
three
he's
of
the
us.
doing pretty
perfect
good.
pancake.
Yeah.
You got a smooth setup.
And he's not talking about your camera.
Yeah. Serving some face there, buddy.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to something, because Johnny and I talked about this after the Good Things Festival, we were talking about like, okay, what bands can truly headline a festival? Is there this is a true double headline?
Yeah, it is.
That's such a cool
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Is there any pressure to be like, okay, or you still see it being like, no, we're warming up for Slipknot, or is it no, it's our show and then it's Slipknot?
I definitely, like, we play every show like it's our show. It doesn't matter how many
Right.
bands are after us. I'm like, that's what it is. Like, we don't like rehearse anyone else's show.
Cool,
Just like,
I like that.
we're doing this, and this is what we aim to achieve, and we'll work within the parameters that we're allowed to put on.
Yeah.
In physically, or
Yeah.
like that they're like, you're allowed to do this. You have this much space. You have this much time, and then we're just like, right, this is what we're aiming for, and how are we going to achieve it? And like, that's just it. We make the moments, we make the songs connect in the way we want, and whether or not that's the really crazy thing is like, I don't think you can ever go, I'm a headliner, I have to do these things,
Yeah.
or necessarily even say, if I do these things I will be a headliner. You just do what you do. So I'm like, we think up the show that you see on stage and the songs and how you want them to hit, and then you work creating them, and then while you're playing them and you feel it all coming back at the same point in time, it always comes back to just like, in the back of your mind you're like, remember we had this little conversation about this
Yeah.
bit where you thought like, maybe you could make this really cool moment, and you're like, and now 30,000 people are singing, and
That's
like,
sick.
like
fucking awesome.
shit, it worked.
Dude, it was wild the other day to see when you guys posted the first show at Byron Bay Youth Centre, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
And look now, and
Yeah, dude.
you guys have just had this gradual but steady transformation into the band that you've become. And, you know, like, without blowing smoke up your ass, you guys truly are one of the best now out there. Like, you've got the show, you've got the tunes, you've got the
Cheers.
support, and
Yeah.
fuck, how wild is it to look back on those pictures?
Oh, it's so weird. So weird. Because it seems like yesterday. But at the same point in time, like, we look at it, like, we watched the first movie back the other day.
Did you guys do that together?
Yeah.
That's fucking
we got
cool.
we got some stuff coming out to do with it, and we're like, we haven't watched this in ages. And I was like, the really weird thing was that we looked at it and we're like, man, we were so young,
Yeah.
but we could remember so many details of it. And at the end of it, I was like, it's still the same mission statement, isn't it? Like, it still resonates exactly the same. Like, everything about it, I was just like, we're just further down the line, and everything that we kind of, I can see in like those early things what the ambition was. You just may not have realized how much potential there was behind the ambition.
So at that time, I feel like you guys helped pave, but you were also coming on a journey as heavy metal and the music scene. It's now enabled bands to be able to do bigger things.
Yeah.
You guys were part of that, of taking
Yeah.
those steps to allow bands to be able to go, yeah, like, we've earned this right to do this type of tour,
Yeah.
or to play in this sort of way.
Especially in this country, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we're very aware of that. Like, we're aware of that really early on. Like, of like, we ran out of like footsteps to follow quite early in our
Yeah.
career, and then from that point on we were like, all right, we're doing this. Like
John Farms now into
yeah, but we'll do it, and we've got to figure this out ourselves.
Yeah.
And like, once that was happening, like telling our friends back home in bands, like, this is how you do it. Like,
That's
if you're going overseas, like, talk to these people, do it this way. No, this is how you get into the country. This is how you get your gear over without getting like rammed for excess.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like really basic things that started as, but even now it's just like, now you're just talking bigger scale stuff, and like you have a stack of Australian bands on this lineup crushing it.
Yeah.
You watch someone like, I watched Northland yesterday and I was like, damn, that show looks fucking cool. These songs are good. There is thousands of people losing their shit right now, and I was like, look at this, man. Like, look at this. Like, all of they remember the same times early on as us, because they were there. They weren't playing in bands yet, but they were
At
They
the
were
show.
there.
At
They
the
were
shows.
at the shows in the scene.
They know what it's like in a PCYC.
Yeah.
Like, and now like you have a whole generation that is like rising up and is seen as like the cream of the crop on a recognised internationally as well.
Holding their own overseas, doing their own headline tours.
That's it. Their own identity.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel any sort of responsibility, or do you want to take the responsibility on yourself as, you know, I guess one of the dads of the scene now?
Scene dad.
I'm
already the dad of the band, so yeah.
Like,
I'm without the kids, but still the dad.
Yeah, exactly.
I relate.
Yeah.
Do you ever do you feel it like, you know, it's part of what you have to offer now is to give like that information that you were sort of saying that you have about like what to avoid, what to do, what to, you know, like to give to those younger bands if they.
Oh, we always have, and we always like, we've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
And we continue doing that anyway. It's but also it's like, I don't know, it's interesting. The music industry is a really interesting thing, especially like in terms of being in a band, and it's kind of hard to.
It's always changing and evolving.
It's constantly changing. There's rules, unwritten rules, ways of doing things. Realizing that there's no rules at all. Like, you can do shit yourself, and like it coming down to drive as well.
Yeah.
And
Parkway, that is.
yeah. Zing. But yeah, you just we've always offered everything we can in terms of help, just in general, because we know like there's no easy way of doing it. Like nothing comes for free, and the music industry has never, like, it's only got harder in our existence. Like, it really has only got harder.
Yeah,
like it's in terms of like just being a functioning band, beyond going, I'm gonna make some music and just put it online.
Yeah.
Like now, like going out on tour, even breaking even is just it's a struggle. Like, it's a struggle, man. Like, and now every avenue of trying to help that become something more than just a passing like interest for any artist becomes more and more of a challenge. The more the roads are cut off by streams of like basically corporations taking money off artists.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what it is.
I think that's one of the best parts about Parkway Drive, though, is you guys have got the success. That's obvious, but you guys have also never shied away from like letting people have a real, and even more so recently, letting people get a real good look into the band and into the people and into the amount of work that has to go into it. And it's like, if you want to get to this point, this is the shit that you have to go through.
Yeah.
These are the battles you have to fight.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate the fact that it resonates. Like, that's kind of what we've always wanted to do in the first place as well. Like, the personal factor of it has always been. That's always been what's drawn us into this type of music in the first place. Like, we all grew up as like punk kids and hardcore kids that have graduated into like a metal scene, into a metal band. But the thing that got us into, especially me, got me into the music was the personal, like the genuine connection factor.
Yeah.
Was the connection factor. And like, the bigger you get, like, you find there's a challenge to maintain the connection, just because of like, it may even just come down to safety standards of like,
100%.
yo,
you can't
have 10,000 people in a room while everything is blowing up and there be no barrier.
Oh, can't we?
Yeah. So you
give us more fire, you bitches.
Yeah. So you try and like go, okay, well, how else am I going to communicate that? Like, what's the way to like to reach that connection through a new conduit? So that's kind of what we've always kind of done, and it's still in the DNA of the band. That's the thing. So
It's still working.
yeah, 100%, and it still matters. Like it matters. We wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't something that we cared about. Like when we put anything out, there's a reason behind it. Like there's an obvious reason behind any change or any information that you're given surrounding Parkway in general, other than the fact of just like people might buy this.
Yeah.
Like it's never been about that. If you haven't figured that shit out yet,
I
fuck man.
I don't think anyone feels like anything you're doing is just because it's to make money. There's obviously integrity in that, and people it translates through.
I mean, that's the thing. Like I've always respected the connection that music, then this type of music and this area of music, the direction and the connection it gave me as a person before I was actually someone creating it.
Yeah.
And I do feel I feel a responsibility and a drive to continue that through what I do, because the inspiration is still there. It's still in the same spot. Like I've grown. Obviously, we make far different like a plethora of different sounds from the original source, but at the same point in time, still trying to convey the same message. It's just written a different way.
Yeah, just natural evolution of you guys.
But it's still, but that's still the driving factor. Like that's still the driving factor in all of it, and you get a lot more entertainment for what you get on stage now, because, I mean,
you can afford to do it a bit more.
You can afford to do it, but well, you can afford to do it if it works. But if you put it on, no one comes. You fucking can't afford to do it. You're broke pretty quick.
There's a lot of people out there who are waiting for it. So
but it hits different. Like the thing is, it makes it hit. It makes it as well as being entertaining. It makes the music hit in a different way.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's really what matters for us. Like I'm a fan of soundtracks. I'm a fan of theatre. I'm a fan of all of that stuff. And you're like, man, the visuals are like playing off the Sonics, and the Sonics are playing off the visuals.
See, that's the next step. Parkway Drive being the soundtrack to the next like series of Game of Thrones or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Bring it the fuck on.
You got them connections? Get me in there, buddy.
Yeah, Johnny, set it up. That'd be
I'll
great.
ride a dragon. Jesus. I'll be a stunt dolphin.
Is that a euphemism?
You heard it here first.
Stunt dolphin.
Stunt orca.
Yeah, stunt orca. Yeah. Carrot, an orca on an orc. There you go, an orc on an orca.
Beautiful.
Parkway Drive's next music video.
Oh, fucking hell. People are going to watch this and go, I knew they were going to sell out.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thank you for coming to hang out with us, taking the time. We're pumped, as we said, like, to see the success you got now. It's so deserved. And we're excited to come be part of it. It's cool. So.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a really good vibe. And everyone out there, stay safe. And anyone, shit's going to go down. And please be safe. And if anyone is not so safe tomorrow when you're watching this, I'm really sorry if I jumped on your head.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Thanks for carrying me.
Well, that rain really kicked in.
Yeah, it did.
It'll back off.
Dude, thanks for taking time.
Thanks so much,
pleasure
man.
again.
That's it.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.